Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you are having a great time. As always, I appreciate you guys for joining back to watch the video, and I have a number of updates for this video as always. So we talked about Coach Finidi obviously trying to sort out his contract situation in Abuja currently with the NFF, and a number of things are definitely going to be discussed. His contract duration, the objectives, and the salary, and importantly also his backroom staff, the members of his coaching units that he is going to be working with. And NFF have started trying to get that sorted out. Of course, if you follow the last video, I talked about Finidi obviously submitting a list of the people that he wants to work with as assistant coaches to NFF, and NFF are now reportedly scrutinizing this list, even though they are having some sort of difficulty in closing down the deals for these coaches, because the NFF are not really willing to pay that much to these coaches. But again, there is progress on that front. But right now, the latest update is that Finidi has opted to select the players that actually represented Nigeria for the AFCON. That is the players that Posero called up for the AFCON. And although this has not been made public, it's not been made public right now, but that's what is going on right now. Even according to a very popular sports news site in Nigeria, ongo.com, they're obviously reporting this one as an exclusive that Finidi has already selected his squad for this coming World Cup qualification. Of course, if you follow the channel, you know that I talked about us expecting Finidi to bring out the list before the weekend, or from next week beginning or middle. I talked about that obviously in the previous video, and right now the reports coming out is that Coach Finidi has already picked these players, and we're just waiting for them to announce it officially, and the announcement is going to be made from next week. That's the report. But he's now selected these players and given to NFF. So what it means is that he will be working with majority of the players that we actually saw play for AFCON, and it's reported that he's going to have 80% of these players, and just the remaining 20% will be from the players that we didn't see in AFCON, probably because of injury, and then maybe a few players, one or two that he might call. But again, we may not get to see a lot of new faces, and this is the reason why Finidi has done this. He says that the two games that are coming up next month are so important that she doesn't want to call new players and start testing them and start experimenting them. He wants to get people that are already established in the national team, people that already have experience playing together, because it's such an important fixtures, the South African game and then the Benin game. We need to win these games. Remember, we did not start very well last year, where we played our first two games, joined both games, and now we are in the third position. And to qualify for World Cup, we have to be in the first place, which means the games are coming next month. We need to win these two games, and under this backdrop is why Finidi has decided to not call any new players, or not focus so much on new players, but right now he wants to focus on old players who are already gelling together, just like the guys we saw in AFCON. And then the ones that actually they missed out the AFCON due to injury, the likes of Victor Boniface and Nathan Teller, and also Cyril Dresser, are also reportedly included in Coach Finidi's list. So that is what's happening right now. But the official publication, or the official announcement, is going to come up next week. That's the report right now. But moving on, guys, to the next update, let me let you know that Troost-Ekong, is now back for Nigeria, which is obviously a massive boost. Of course, I talked about that twice, in the previous videos, that Akon, is recovering really well, and he might be ready to join us in this forthcoming qualifiers game. And right now, the good news is that the big man has now, recovered, and he is even in contention to actually play the last 3 games for Poke, his club side, his Greece club side. Initially, when he got that injury, it was feared that he was going to be out for the season. In fact, it was reported that he was going to be out for the rest of the season because of how serious it was. But thank goodness his surgery was successful. His recovery process, rehabilitation and everything went on really fine, almost like a miracle that he has now recovered, that he's even in line to actually make appearance for Poke for their next 3 games of the season. And what this means is that he might also be available to help us in the defense as we play South Africa and Benin next month. Of course, what Ekong brings to the table, the calmness that he brings to the defense, the experience, even the goal scoring abilities. Don't forget that he actually had up to 3 goals in the AFCON, scoring important goals, match winning goals. And of course, that's not his greatest strength. His greatest strength obviously lies in how he coordinates our defense. So it's going to be definitely a huge boost to have this man back, and fit again for Nigeria ahead of this World Cup qualifiers. But that's one aside. Let me let you know that Enyeama is also in the update, and this time around he has expressed, as he always used to say, because we talked about him a few times, in the previous video. I talked about how Enyeama has said that he is ready if NFF calls on him to come and work for the national team. And this time he's actually rehashing what he has said before. Although, one time we said, when we talked about him, he obviously said that his business was taking his priority at the minute, that his hotel business is what he is truly focused on at this moment. But right now Enyeama is coming out to rehash that he is ever ready to work for the Nigerian Super Eagles, especially right now that Finidi is looking for a goalkeeper trainer or goalkeeper coach. And of course, in the last video, if you follow what we talked about, that Finidi obviously is looking at getting Abiodun Baruwa, ex Super Eagles goalkeeper, as the goalkeeper trainer or goalkeeper coach, but it's not decided yet. He hasn't been appointed, so this leaves the slot still open, and Enyeama has now expressed that he is ready to to be the coach for the goalkeepers if he is called upon. That he is in fact arranging to go on a vacation, but if NFF calls him, that they have his number, they know where to find him. If NFF or Finidi wants him and they pick up the phone and call him, that he is definitely going to postpone his his vacation to come answer the clarion call. Those are the updates for this moment. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and share this video, guys. Subscribe also if you've not done so, and leave your reaction for any of the stories you feel that is interesting, and stay tuned to the channel. God bless you, guys.